I'm going to show you how you can create what you want in your own life. You can have anything you want. Nothing is impossible. They tell me time and time again through my clients, there are no limitations. No limitations at all except what you put on yourself. You can have anything you want. Of course, there's only 2 rules about creating your reality. 2 no-nos. One of them is you never create anything that will harm any other person. And you never create anything that will take away from another person. You obey those 2 rules, you can have absolutely anything you want. They said the most important lesson you can learn when you come to Earth is how to manipulate energy. Remember, everything is energy. The most important lesson you can learn is how to manipulate energy. You have to learn how to create. But we can all do it as we don't realize the power we have. Physical things are the absolute easiest thing to create. Now, we found out how this rule works, and we use it all the time in our business and life. We see miracles all the time. We know how to make it work. Now we sit back and watch the magic. And it is magic. It's the universe's job to do anything you want, to give you anything you want. You just don't believe it. You don't realize the power you have. But they said you have to ask. The universe doesn't know what you want until you ask. So what I want you to do, I imagine most of you want something, don't you? In your life, job, an object, whatever, don't you? Before you can create what you want, you have to know what it is. You know how many people tell me, I don't know what I want. Well then, what do you expect you're going to get? You've got to know exactly what you want down to the last detail. Then they'll fill it. Otherwise, it's vague. I want you to think about this. What is it you want in your life? You can write it down if you want to, but write it down in detail so that if you were to visualize it, you could see it, you could hear it, you could even smell it. The more detail you can put in to the mental picture of what you want to create, the more easy it is for them to know what you want. Because if you can see it in your mind and visualize it, it must happen. That's a law of the universe. You learn to work with these laws of the universe, and everything becomes very easy for you. That's the law of the universe. If you can see it, it must happen. They have to fulfill your order. So I want you to think about what it is you want, but be specific. See it as already done, already accomplished. Don't worry about how it's going to happen. Some people say, well, I've got to do this and this and this to make it happen. Then you're limiting them. See it as already done, already accomplished. They fill in the blanks. We have this happen all the time. They will make it happen in ways that you would never, ever imagine. If you say, I've got to do this and this and this, you're limiting to them as the only possible way it can happen. You see where I'm getting it? Just say, this is what I want. And you give an exact picture of what it is, release it to them. Then we say, we just sit back and watch the magic. Because it happens, and it happens very fast now the way time is going. So don't worry about how it's going to happen. It will happen in a way that you would never, ever in a million years figure it's going to happen. It's a lot easier. You don't have to sit around and worry about it. You know they're taking care of it. We're going to do an exercise. Take you just a few years into the future and see what you're doing at that time. to see if you've accomplished whatever it was you were going to accomplish, whatever it was you were going to do. I don't know if you're looking for being married or if you're looking for a job, an object, money, whatever it is. Those are the easiest things anyway. Can you think you've got it in your head now, what it is you want? In detail. Okay, now we're going to take a trip into the future, just a few years, and we're going to see what you're doing at that time, if anything has changed for you, and you are able to get whatever it is that you want. That's why I wanted you to know first what it is you want. How can you create something if you have no idea what you want? Now we go into the future. You're going to have a choice. You can go 1 year, 3 years, or 5 years and see what's there. Just go with it. Just relax and just see what comes out. Have fun with it. If you don't see anything, that doesn't mean you're not going to be here. It just means you're not quite ready to see what it is yet. And maybe you don't believe it enough, or you're not relaxed in allowing the pictures to come in. Let's just do this and see what happens. I just want you to relax and close your eyes. And I want you to think about what it is you want to create. You see it as already accomplished. It's already done. You see it in detail. And now we're going into the future and see what the results are. So I want you to see yourself at the bottom of a long, tall staircase. It has big, wide marble steps. Walk up the steps toward the top level. We're walking up the steps of the big, wide marble staircase. And we come to a platform at the top of the steps. At the top of the platform, there are 3 doors. There's numbers on these doors. The one to your left has a 1 on it. This means 1 year into the future. The door directly in front of you has a 3 on it, which means 3 years into the future. The one to the right has a 5 on it, 5 years into the future. Choose the door you want to open. Open that door. As you open the door, you'll see a dense fog in front of you. I want you to move through that fog. As you walk through the fog, it will begin to dissipate and fade until you're able to come out on the other side of the fog. Look around you and see where you are. This will be your surroundings in the year that you pick. Where are you? What does it look like? Trust it. See it in detail. Now see yourself doing whatever it is you will be doing at that time. What is your job? What is your occupation? See yourself doing it. Now switch scenes and see where you are living. What kind of a place does that look like? Where are you living? See it in detail. Is anyone living there with you? See them and you'll recognize them. Now leave that scene and we're going to move forward to an important day in this future time. An important day when something is happening that you consider to be important. We're there now. What's happening? What do you see? Now we can leave that scene and bring your focus back into this room, remembering what you have seen so you'll be able to write it down. Coming back into this room, you're beginning to wake up now, and you can open your eyes and remember what you have seen. We're back here now. Open your eyes and look around. And this is something I do want you to write down, what you saw. Did many of you see something you were not expecting? Did you see yourself in a different kind of a job? Different kind of a house? Think about whatever it was and write it down. Because remember, if you can visualize it like this, it must happen. This is how easy the law of the universe works. Matter how crazy it seemed, trust it. Write it down and do this when you can do it when you're going to sleep at night. Think about what it is you want to create. If you can see it in your mind in detail and visualize it, it must happen. That's a law of the universe.